Hey everyone, this week's podcast sponsored by Racing in the Dirt. Located in Cleveland, Wisconsin, Racing in the Dirt is ready to put their over 30 years worth of off-road experience to work for you. From turnkey builds to rolling chassis to an awesome selection of parts, the Racing in the Dirt staff has got you covered. Brake kits, aluminum hub kits, enclosed chain drives and kits, drive shaft loops, and even DIY wheelie bar kits, all available. So let Scott, Shane, and the crew at Racing in the Dirt get you the competitive edge you need. Give them a call at area code 920-693-2000. That's area code 920-693-2000. Or find them on Facebook or even racinginthedirt.com. That's racinginthedirt.com and the UPS Daily.
Hey folks, this is an ad read for Silverback Offroad and the rentals. Silver Lake's most convenient rental company. Rentals are available from April 1st to October 31st. At Silverback Offroad, you'll find experts that can help you find the latest products and performance upgrades to help you transform your Jeep, truck, or side-by-side into your ideal reflection. Their off-road rental shop is conveniently located in Mears, Michigan at 1920 North 24th Avenue, directly across the street from the 2,000-acre Silver Lake Sand Dunes, which is Michigan's #1 off-road destination. Also, Silverback Offroad Rentals, they offer ATV rentals, side-by-side rentals, Jeep rentals, RV rentals, and more. This is the only drivable sand dune east of the Mississippi River. For more information, you can visit their website at silverbackoffroad.com, or you can give them a call at 231-923-2455, extension 1. Again, that's 231-923-2455, extension 1. And once again, you can find them at their website, silverbackoffroad.com, and also find them on social media at Silverback Offroad. Silverback's RV rentals can be found at silverbackrvrental.com. You can also contact them at sales@silverbackrvrental.com. You can also call them for the RV rentals at 616-730-8787. Again, that's 616-730-8787. silverbackrvrental.com.
All right, we're here with Damian, Isaac, and John Sorg, and we're going to talk about Cleves' big money race. But before we do that, Isaac, why are you banned from Cleves?
Well, I think maybe I was at one point in time. Maybe I'm not anymore, but yeah.
Why?
So,
in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, what'd you do?
We may have had a disagreement at one point in time during a Friday night pro truck race where I got screwed on the hill drags. And then I was accused of running over something that I didn't. And to the point where an individual from down there followed me to my trailer and proceeded to come in my trailer and started verbally getting into
Abusing
it.
you?
Wow.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
If we guess
And he
who it
told
is,
you
will you
not
tell
to
us
come
who
back,
it is?
basically.
He told me he was calling the cops.
What the?
And I told him if he was calling the cops, then we might as well make sure he got his money's worth.
Nice.
I would like to see Isaac that angry, just not at the racetrack. I would like if you just look like you look scary. Then you just turn out to be the nicest person ever.
It was me and my dad and my son, who was like 5 at the time. It was like 3 a.m, and yeah. So
Shit wasn't good.
3 in the
No.
morning? Oh yeah.
3 in the
I would have been
morning.
like, get the
That
fuck
used to
out
be a
of here.
regular thing, didn't it?
I was gonna say that was pretty standard hours.
it was, So
Okay. Well, okay. Other than that, let's talk about the actual race itself. And
well, hey, if I'm not, I'd really like to know that. I mean, if somebody wants to tell me, hey, you're
That's
As
true.
welcome.
far as
That'd
I'm
be
a
great.
club member, I've never once heard that story.
All right, well, you need to bring it up to their next meeting. Don't even talk about the story. Just ask if Isaac's allowed, because for WSDN or even pro truck stuff, that's kind of important. So if
That'd be
he's
nice
allowed
to
at
know.
Cleves, please let us know.
There you go.
Yeah, but let's talk about Cleves big money bracket race coming up
Yeah.
this coming weekend, June 27th or July 27th, excuse me. And Damien, take the lead on this. What are we looking for on this? What do you got?
I'm not really sure. I've been busy with this thing back here, which is still giving us hell. Still can't figure out what's wrong with it. So I have very little idea about what's going on around here. I'll be honest with you.
Well, so you don't know anything about the big money race or anything
All I
extra they got
know is
going
right
on.
now, all I know is it's 100% payback really right now. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it there.
Any added classes? You're not going?
Possibly not. I really don't know. I might be busy building a new engine.
What?
How are we supposed
You'll go
to
to
get
the
content?
racetrack. You're not gonna miss the race, even
Yeah.
if you got a blown motor. You'll go watch. Come on.
Yeah, we gotta have the live
Not if
stream.
I have to
Don't-
build something.
Don't feed us no BS. You'll end up
Wow,
driving
that's pretty
something for
selfish.
somebody.
You can't go unless you can't race. It's not
See,
like
that's
you,
what
it's not like
happens.
you're an
It's not-
admin on a page that has 37,000 followers that would like to see bracket racing with what you say is some of the best racers in the country, but you're not willing to show that because your car's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not because I can't race. I went there last year and didn't race. It's because right now I'm running out of time to get ready for Gravel-Rama, and I have very limited time to work on anything.
You know what? All right, here. I'll give a disclaimer here. And this is one of the first stories I ever heard my first time at Cleves was a dude was telling my dad that he had skipped paying his propane bill because his kids were coming back so they could be ready for gravel. And this was in like June. And I was like, what the heck? So I'll side with him that gravel is more important than the big money race, wherever it is. Cleves, Brookville, it don't matter.
But you can win money.
I was gonna say I don't get it because you don't get nothing except for what, trophies, right?
Yeah,
But
you
it's
get-
gravel.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
get
gravel,
that, but
yeah.
Bragging rights.
can you win money at gravel?
No.
If I win my class, then I can get into the Bob Black.
How much does the Bob Black pay if you win that?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's paid as much as $3,000.
$3,000. And how much did the winner of Brookville's big money bracket race take home?
$5,000.
Oh, okay.
Could you win more money betting on the starting line than actually doing well in your class at gravel? Inquiring minds
Yes.
want to know here.
I am not against betting on sand drag races from a safe distance, but
In all
I am
honesty,
not
Right.
against it.
Gravel-Rama would be the perfect place for it because it's all heads up.
Yeah, and that's the only way to
Exactly,
bet.
right?
Hey, I do a bracket racing. You gotta do a bracket racing too.
Yes, you can. You can. We did it.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, me, you, Pat Goodell.
Pat Goodell took my damn money.
Yes,
But
he
no,
did.
yeah, I was
And I took
I
both your
borrowed a-
money.
I borrowed a car last weekend for fair race. And so right now the goal is to just try and get the Jeep running, figure out what in the hell's causing this issue. But in all honesty, the big money race at Cleves, you're going to see a lot more faster vehicles than you're going to see slower vehicles. The farm trucks, the heavier trucks, a lot of them don't like racing at Cleves anymore due to the soft surface. It's so inconsistent for their vehicles.
True.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
I
He
was
said it's
talking
more
about how the
inconsistent for the heavier
Oh,
vehicles.
oh
Hold on.
totally.
What? You both talking at the same time.
Sorry about that. Heavier vehicles at Cleves tend not to want to come and run the bracket races at Cleves, especially the slower ones, because they're so much more inconsistent on that track surface.
So
You might
are
not,
you not expecting like the same turnout as there was at Brookville?
I don't expect it to be as big, especially with other races going on in the area. Like this weekend, you also have the Speeders event down in Shelton's, as well as Lisbon Tri-County's challenge or Tri-County's rodeo this weekend.
Do you think
Yeah.
the speeders event will actually have an effect on the Cleves turnout, you think, or no?
I'm not sure, but I know a few people that are going.
Yeah.
How about that race that David French is putting on in West Virginia?
I didn't know that was going on.
What's going on there?
Hold on. Hold on.
got-
We'll bring that back up here in a second. But is there anything else from this big money bracket race you just want to add in real quick, Damien?
Let me pull up the Facebook page here.
Okay, he's
Pull
pulling
up some
that up.
flyers.
While he's pulling that up,
Oh,
I'm
it had
just-
$50 buybacks too. It's a first round buyback
Yep.
during the race. Good thing to know.
oh,
And if
first
you go
round buyback. That's
there's
awesome.
a $50
And-
buyback.
It's $50
Yep.
first round buyback. And where's the money from that go? To the track,
Back
probably.
to the purse.
Oh,
It
to the
says back
purse.
To the purse, yes.
To the
If you
purse.
listen,
Woo.
talking, listen.
Shut up.
They're also having the juniors and peewees starting at 9 a.m. down there at Cleves on Saturday as well.
All right, juniors and peewees, which is the future of the sport. So always support the juniors and peewees without a doubt. And yeah, this big money bracket race looks like it's going to be fun and exciting. And yeah, Cleves, Ohio, IOK four wheelers is the place to be if you're around that area and hoping to try your chance at winning some big money and some 300-foot drag racing. And that's the place to be, Cleves, Ohio.
Hey everyone, this week's podcast sponsored by Racing in the Dirt. Located in Cleveland, Wisconsin, Racing in the Dirt is ready to put their over 30 years worth of off-road experience to work for you. From turnkey builds to rolling chassis to an awesome selection of parts, the Racing in the Dirt staff has got you covered. Brake kits, aluminum hub kits, enclosed chain drives and kits, dry shaft loops, and even DIY wheelie bar kits, all available. So let Scott, Shane, and the crew at Racing in the Dirt get you the competitive edge you need. Give them a call at area code 920-693-2000. That's area code 920-693-2000. Or find them on Facebook or even racinginthedirt.com. That's racinginthedirt.com. And the UPS Daily.
Oh, Doug is calling me. Hold on. Let me get
Tell
him
them we're on the
actually.
pod. Tell them we're on the pod.
We're actually on the podcast right now. You are now live on Paddle Talk.
Yes.
I don't know how good I'm
No.
on here with Billy and Cody Teeters. I don't know how well they can hear you. I've got you up to my mic, so
We can't hear him at all.
Oh,
I was
nice.
going to talk to you about some other stuff too, but yeah, no.
That's great right there.
Throw us all out there. Everything's going to run the same for the Pacific Northwest Shootout, and I guess now we're having a big potluck and we're supplying a bunch of stuff. We're going to have a great time, play some volleyball and some cornhole, and do a lot of racing and see if we can do something special. So
Sick.
get everybody out there.
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick mention of it on this episode, and we're gonna do another one. I think we're gonna have Brad on.
Ask
next
Doug what they got
time.
coming up in their racing operations.
Cool, no problem, man.
What's
Hey,
that,
you guys
Billy?
shoot.
Ask them what they got coming up in their racing ops.
For Albany in general, or
No, for themselves.
for Pacific Northwest Shootout?
No, for their race, their racing team themselves. What do they got?
Oh,
going on?
yeah. What is Wells Racing got going on? I know you guys are running the triple pretty hard.
Yeah, the triple's rolling pretty good. We had a bad cylinder and too much compression, but we did run that 11760 with a 324 out the back door. For a
Nice.
twister motor, that's supposed to be something really special, but we're shooting to get into the teens at the shootout right now. We did a lot of work to it. Fixed a bad cylinder and got the compression down from way up to where it needs to be, and made some pipe changes and doing a few things to it. We're gonna try to have one of the first twisters in the low teens here, hopefully really soon.
How
That'll
long
be
have you been
awesome,
racing
man.
in Albany?
I'm loving it right now.
How long have you guys been racing that bike?
I bought it, I want to say 2 years ago.
2 years, okay. And then
I
how long?
bought it 2 years ago and it ran 60s all the time. Nobody could ever get it to run past the 60s, so I bought it and thought, maybe I can figure it out since I can play with top fuel cars. Maybe I can air blown alcohol cars. Maybe I can figure this out.
Well, yeah, and I know you've definitely worked on some teams with like Craig Sainz and stuff with the Thunderstruck Dragster.
I did not know that.
Doug, when did you actually get started in sand drags?
Holy moly. 84, 85, 86, somewhere's in there.
Okay, so you're one of the OGs here, especially up in that
Uh,
Pacific Northwest region.
yeah, been there for a while and been doing it for a while, and then stepped out just for a little while.
Ask him what it was like
Got out of
tuning
the
on a
bike
top
and got
alcohol
into
car.
we're into drags for a small one, and then up to the full alcohol stuff with Greg, and back to the bike. So
What's been the biggest difference that you found between the alcohol dragster and the triple?
Great question.
a lot of it's, the main thing's horsepower. They're real cantankerous. Both of them are really hard to adjust and figure out and tune to a track and make it do what it's going to do. Little tiny movements make huge gains, and little tiny movements make huge losses. So as far as that part is moving in each direction, it's a very slow process, and you can't jump on top of it and make a million changes at one time. And an alcohol car is the same way. The biggest difference is just the horsepower. But we're shooting down. We're chipping on the bit with the triple down in the teens and maybe into the O's, and then maybe a nitrous bottle to get it in the twos. But so we're not going to be that far off a lot of the other cars out there. I mean, the alcohol cars now are running way faster than we ever thought about running back in the day. So.
Oh yeah, it's been crazy, the power. But I mean, same thing with the bikes. I mean, now we've got a good handful of bikes that are in the twos, and with what you're talking about trying to do, eventually get into that pretty small club still with another triple. That's gonna be really cool to see.
Yeah, we're trying to shoot the O's with the if we can possibly, and the teams are not going to be that far out of our reach. And we're trying to get it down to the O's with no power outers, and then once we get it all settled down and going in the right direction like it should be. We're talking a nitrous bottle. My good friend Doug Nunez is trying to talk me out of it, but we're trying to talk ourselves into it. So,
any other races besides
the
PNW?
unlimited class and see if we can run with the big boys.
Yeah. Are you guys planning on hitting up any of the other big bike races? Maybe going to see you guys at Gilbert this year?
2025, possibly. We're talking about, I think somebody said Kentucky and then back over to Louisiana from there. We've got a place to leave all of our stuff about halfway that we can fly home and fly back, pick it up, and go the rest of the way. So I think that's what Doug was talking about, and I'm not 100% positive yet. But we're trying to do something on that side for a couple of the races.
Gotcha. So we're gonna have Team Doug hitting up both of the PSDA races, Shelton's and Gilbert, for 2025.
That's what we're shooting for. We're gonna try it, and as long as everything works out, Doug Nunez is able to go, then we'll all roll. He's a big help on that bike, and he's actually headed in the right direction with it. He's actually made more gains than I have, so can't thank that boy enough for what he's doing. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, it's those small changes little by little, and just the more passes you put down, the closer you get to those goals.
Well, you got to admit, I got one heck of a rider.
Absolutely.
I certainly ride the wheels off of anything out there as far as I'm concerned. And
I agree.
his little brother's coming up right in his shoes, so they keep telling the old man to get off the bike, but I turned 60 this year and I'm getting back on it. So
Absolutely, dude. Go enjoy yourself.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, you definitely got to go and still enjoy what you do, and as much fun as I'm sure it is seeing Eric go and fly on that bike, you gotta enjoy it a little bit yourself too.
100%. That's what life's about. It's too short not to figure it out in the beginning. You get too far into it, you can't get it. Wish you would have done it anyway. So.
Right on.
PNW
right,
schedule.
Well, I appreciate the conversation. I got to roll, and we'll go from there. And
yeah, sounds good, Doug. And look for this episode with your little segment on here.
Thank you, Doug.
Just tell me what it is. It'll be fine.
Right
tell
on,
the
man.
rest of the boys hi for me.
Will
Thank
do,
you,
man.
Doug.
They say thanks. All right. See you, Doug. Hopefully you guys could hear that. That was Doug Wells. He kind of puts on the Pacific Northwest Shootout. So that is going to be August 1st through the 3rd. Coming up, they normally have this in July. Their track dates and stuff, they got the schedule pushed back a little bit further from what they want to do it. Their general schedule is going to stay the same as it did last year. So that is going to equate to, let me find it here. Thursday, they're going to start it out with their index classes. They've got everything from a 450 index, 420, 40, 380, 360, 340, and 339 and quicker. So very similar to the PSDA indexes. They're going to do
Older
a
PSDA.
older PSDA because they have changed that. And who knows, they may follow suit with that as well. I think a lot of that's going to determine on which bikes show up. They're going to do a gambler class. They're going to do an ET split with that. So that's going to be a pro tree bracket essentially. And then they're going to do an open sport tree bracket on Thursday. Friday, they do their kids classes. They've got 2 different bracket classes. Again, pro lights, they do a 399 and faster and a 4
Staggered pro tree starts for those
Staggered
who
pro tree
may
starts.
be used to that.
Yep. And then they do some heads up 4-strokes. They still have like a decent, group of 4-stroke people. PSDA's been a little light in different events with some of them, but they do the small block, open CC. They do the 0 to 770 big block and the 771 plus. And then they end out their Friday with the weight class, the 450, 475 Banshee class. Saturday, they do kids classes again. So kids, if you got kids that, race motorcycles, ATVs for Billy and Cody here, they race them both days. So super cool with that. They do a no bar unlimited class. They do 2 sport classes, sport tree on that same split as the pro brackets, 399 faster, 40 and slower, just on a sport tree, staggered start. And then they do all of their naturally aspirated twin classes, heads up classes. So they got the 425 class, 525, 650, 775, and 775 plus, alongside the open CC kind of headliners. They got a 4-cylinder open, single cylinder open, naturally aspirated triple, and then unlimited open. That means whatever you want, run it. And that kind of ends the show there, that last day. Again, August 1st through the 3rd, up in Albany Sand Drags, Albany, Oregon, Pacific Northwest Shootout. Look them up on Facebook. As Doug said, they're going to have some fun stuff. They're going to have a potluck. They're going to have a cornhole tournament, volleyball tournament. They will probably throw in a pit bike race. So, Billy, you may want to hurry up and get over there to show them what's up with that.
They don't want this smoke. What's that kid's name? That's that kid. Oh, no. Hold on. I forgot. Bryce Seavers over there with his 6-second mini bike. I ain't got that yet.
Bryce is over there. I think Eric Wells has got a pretty nice little trike. There's a few people that got some ATC.
I'll smoke
70s.
his trike. I'm worried about Bryce. Oh, man. But yeah. Albany Sand Drags, Pacific Northwest Shootout. And we'll talk about this more next week with Brad Christofferson. So be on the lookout for next week when Brad joins us to talk more about this race that happens next week, August 1st through the 3rd.
Hey everyone, this week's podcast sponsored by Racing in the Dirt. Located in Cleveland, Wisconsin, Racing in the Dirt is ready to put their over 30 years worth of off-road experience to work for you. From turnkey builds to rolling chassis to an awesome selection of parts, the Racing in the Dirt staff has got you covered. Brake kits, aluminum hub kits, enclosed chain drives and kits, drive shaft loops, and even DIY wheelie bar kits, all available. So let Scott, Shane, and the crew at Racing in the Dirt get you the competitive edge you need. Give them a call at area code 920-693-2000. That's area code 920-693-2000. Or find them on Facebook or even racinginthedirt.com. That's racinginthedirt.com. And the UPS Daily.
All right, we're back. Isaac, John, Mini Mooch, and myself. And we are talking about Tri-County's big weekend coming up this weekend. 59th annual rodeo. Friday night, there will be an index race starting at 6. The index classes they got listed are, if they can fill them, this is pretty awesome, actually. They go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, S. Okay. And they got 280, 320, 360, 40, 440, 480, 520, 560, and 60.
So this sounds a lot like Challenge in the Hills' setup.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. How many cars do you think can run that 280 index?
Out there, maybe 3,
1, 2, 3. Wow, that's more than I thought.
maybe. That's a strong maybe.
Then they got 320, 360. They'll probably get a bunch in 40, 440, 480, 520. A 6.0 index would be awesome to watch in 300 foot. That would be
True.
awesome.
Dude, can you imagine? There's going to be some kid with a junior that's absolutely going to destroy that class. You know that.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I mean, I would. I'd put some
Isaac,
kid.
which one of these would you run in? 40, 440, 480? I don't even know where your car runs.
Don't they have like a? Trying to think of what's like E. I looked at it earlier today.
440 to 479.
I think like a D probably. I'd give it a go.
40
It
to
sounds
439.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damon, you be in like the D or E? 40, 440. So I should have said that. A is 280, B is 320, C is 360, D is 40, E is 440, F is 480, G is 520, H is 560, and S is 60. But they have
But
that.
now wait a minute. Isn't it like 40 to like 439?
Yeah, it says like 40 to 439.9, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an index class, that doesn't even matter. Everybody's
Right.
dialed to 40.
Well, that's what I was trying, and that's I guess what confused me a little bit is what's the point of listing the times there? You know, I mean, I
You
don't
know, the PSDA, the Pro Sandrags used to do that too, and they just like listed out like 380 to 399, and it's like, what? Like, you don't have to do that, but
No.
I guess it just makes people feel better. I don't know. Maybe they just get people to enter, and then they're like, "Yeah, I fit the class." I don't know. But hey, cool, good enough for them. If I ran 4.7s, I'd slow down and run 480. I wouldn't try to run to 440.
right. No, exactly. Even if you're running like say mid 30s, go for the 40 index and
Yeah.
pedal.
Yeah.
Bracket race. I mean, that's what
Run
you're doing.
425. I might no. Just kidding. That's aggressive.
Sandbag
Might-
that.
It might be a little aggressive. But yeah, that's what they're doing on Friday night. Saturday, they got the kids starting at 10. Shout out to the kids. Support the sport. Future of the kids. Future of the sport. And adult classes follow the kids. And then they'll have their normal 4 classes for the adults, which is quad, super stock, pro, and super pro. And they have 2 new classes this year, which are factory stock and a diesel class. That's cool.
Now, is that all heads up?
I believe the 4 classes are bracket classes. I do not know about these new 2 classes. They sound like they're just, well, they're truck classes.
Yeah.
Street truck classes is what it looks like they are, which is cool. That's kind of,
Okay.
yeah. Sunday, they have the hill climb and obstacle course. The hill starts at 10 and the obstacle course to follow. And yeah, they got a, oh, okay, here's more. So they got junior, and junior, senior. It was juniors 6 to 10 ages 6 to 10. Then junior, senior is 11 to 15. Oh, okay, I see it. Pee-wees are 5 and under. $2 entry fee for Pee-wees. That's
You say
awesome.
$2?
$2 entry fee for Pee-wees.
Holy cow.
That's a damn good deal to let your kid go racing, not make them.
Hey,
let them.
I'll call it right now. Some adult step up and sponsor every kid in that Pee-wee class for $2. Come on.
Yeah.
Seriously, what is that? Like $20 probably?
Yeah, match that. Yeah, for sure. Says run for trophy. Let them win some money. I know Michigan's had that weird rule that says that you can't pay money to the kids. It's got to be like a scholarship or some.
Not anymore.
Not more. Okay, so you can give kids money. Awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, Pee-wees is a $2 entry fee. That's awesome. Kids 5 years and under. Junior racers, ages 6 to 10, $5 entry fee. And then junior, senior racers, 11 to 15 ages, is $5 entry fee as well. And then adult quad, $30. Super stock. Okay, here it is. Super stock, $5.50 and slower, $30 entry fee. Factory stock, DOT tires, license plate, muffler, working lights, $30 entry fee. Diesel only class, $20 entry fee. Pro, which is $670 and faster, $35 entry fee. And then Super Pro is $550 and faster. And there's-
550 gets you into Super Pro? Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Hey, it's a different world on the other side of Ohio, Quick 8, fastest 8 cars at the event, $50 entry fee. And that class is 100% payback. But all the other adult classes I just listed are 80% payback. And I don't know if that's different for this fair race, but sounds like a good time. We definitely want to make it out to Tri-County sometime. I've never been. Drove by it on the way to Bull Run, but I've never been there. And I plan to one day. And yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the rest of the message. But yeah, Tri-County 4-wheelers, Lisbon, Ohio, racing this weekend. The rodeo, 59. That track is 60 years old. That is the oldest 300-foot track in the country. And it's awesome that they're still running and they're still doing what they can to keep running. And I'm all for it. Damien, you're gonna go out to Lisbon at all?
I would like to if everything lines up. Every time I've wanted to go out there, something around here's running, or so on and so forth. You know how that goes. Schedule conflicts with being so far apart.
Is that the hill climb that's got that stepped hill in it?
Yes.
That is Tri-County 4-wheelers preview for their 59th annual rodeo race this coming weekend.
Hey, folks, this is an ad read for Silverback Offroad and the rentals. Silver Lake's most convenient rental company. Rentals are available from April 1st to October 31st. At Silverback Offroad, you'll find experts that can help you find the latest products and performance upgrades to help you transform your Jeep, truck, or side-by-side into your ideal reflection. Their off-road rental shop is conveniently located in Mears, Michigan at 1920 North 24th Avenue, directly across the street from the 2,000-acre Silver Lake Sand Dunes, which is Michigan's #1 off-road destination. Also, Silverback Offroad Rentals, they offer ATV rentals, side-by-side rentals, Jeep rentals, RV rentals, and more. This is the only drivable sand dune east of the Mississippi River. For more information, you can visit their website at silverbackoffroad.com, or you can give them a call at 231-923-2455, extension 1. Again, that's 231-923-2455, extension 1. And once again, you can find them at their website, silverbackoffroad.com, and also find them on social media at Silverback Offroad. Silverback's RV rentals can be found at silverbackrvrental.com. You can also contact them at sales@silverbackrvrental.com. You can also call them for the RV rentals at 616-730-8787. Again, that's 616-730-8787. silverbackrvrental.com.
All right, it's just John, Isaac, and myself, and we're going to talk about the race at Silverback Off-Road Speedway next weekend, the Larry Wagner Memorial Race, August 2nd through 4th. And we're very excited about this race. For one, me and my brother will be there, so really excited about that. Isaac, you gonna be there?
Absolutely. I'll be in the tower, and
It'll be
will
the
have a
eyes
special-
above.
Yeah, I will. have a
Isaac's
special
gonna be
guest.
working.
Huh?
You're gonna be working, sounds like.
I am, but I'm also bringing a special guest to run my car
Yes.
both Friday night and in the 4-cylinder shootout. So
Is it John?
it is not John. John's got to
Oh,
race with John.
Oh. Oh yeah, and John's going to be there as well to keep up his points right now. And right now at this race, I'm very excited for just because I always love going to Michigan. I didn't make it to the Outlaw race, which is always a good weekend as well. But this Larry Wagner race is going to be big. You guys got some added money. John, tell us about the added money once again, the top eliminator.
Well, added money to top eliminator was $2,250, which goes on top of the 100% payout. So if I got 2 cars that show up, they're gonna get a lot of money.
Well, you're gonna have more than 2. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
I know
no,
of a handful of cars that are going.
it's guaranteed money. So I mean, somebody it's there for the taking.
Is there any
depending
other added
on-
money besides top eliminator?
Yeah, we have a 4-cylinder bracket class cars. It's got $1,000 added to the pot. Not to mention Dan Longnecker stuck a couple $100 in, and we got a $50 prize for low ET, best reaction time, closest to dial, and best package. Each of those categories will get $50. So hold on to your time slips.
Nice. So I have the chance of getting the best pass with my mini bike. That's awesome. Because I totally
No,
plan on doing
you
it.
don't have a 4-cylinder.
What?
That's the 4-cylinder class. This has been the 4-cylinder class. That's what we're
Oh,
talking
so I don't
about.
have a chance at all. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Okay. Yeah.
Even
Well,
if you
you're
were in
screwed.
it, you didn't have a chance.
Well, you're not going to run it either.
You know, I wish I could.
Yeah. Well, Isaac has a mystery driver doing it apparently. And Isaac,
Yeah.
what do you besides, you're the voice of the event and you're bringing your cars and that's always exciting. But what are you kind of looking forward to for this race at Silverback with Larry Wagner?
I just love the idea. So Larry was famous for on the East meets West races, really showing hospitality to our out of town people and stuff like that, and just kind of getting a feel for that again. I mean, I remember, when I was younger and kind of not really growing up, but going to that race early on in my racing career, that was always the highlight of my summer was East meets West. And I love the idea that maybe this will kind of kick off and, get that moving again, which would be awesome.
Dude, definitely love to do it again, maybe something next year in the top eliminator category to pull some of that stuff back out. We're eyeballing that for next year. So yeah, and Billy, you forgot Open Mod. Open Mod has $1,000 bonus in it.
And everything's all 100% payout, correct?
Yes, every class is 100% payout. So there's 3 classes that have the added bonuses, and the other classes are 100% payback. So really, they're all added money classes. But yeah,
I'm excited. I think it's going to turn into a great weekend. I really hope we get some good out of town folks to come out. But even more than that, I think we're going to see a lot of guys that don't normally run up at Silverback that are going to come out for this race. And I would love to see this start to be a yearly thing. I mean, John, you've done a great job getting it out there and everything else. So I'm excited.
thanks. Yeah, it's worth it with the turnouts that we've been getting. And I'll continue to do it as long as it continues to turn out. I love the turnouts. That's what kind of drives me. And as long as they stay large, I'll keep pushing forward.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. So just the idea, I was sitting there even thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, so who's in line for like a 4-cylinder, best ET of the night, in that 4-cylinder class? You could have guys like Sean Roth, maybe one of the Rows even might want to dip their foot into that. Scott, Mark Embry, and Cody Embry are coming up. I mean, those are fast cars yet.
Right, and I have a little special exhibition set up with Scott Stanek, Sean Roth, Jim Gorski, and Mark Hembry.
Sweet.
So we have a little bonus sideshow going on that night.
It so reminds me of like Chassis Shop Shootout back in the day, right? When the Volkswagens really ruled, what was going on, and seeing those Chassis Shop Shootout fields, with at that point in time Brian Wiles' buggy, Mitch Bowen, guys like that, Lee Corville, even John Brown to an extent, all those type of cars, Jeff Pendergraph, I love it. I mean, even though I'm not a Volkswagen guy, man, that really cemented my love and of sand drag racing, seeing guys like that going down the track, man. I mean, that was where it was at, It
was epic.
Well, this Larry Wagner race is going to be super exciting. I think it's going to be super exciting. And don't forget about one of the most important matchups of this weekend or that weekend. that race, excuse me. I thought I was just speaking for a second. Is whenever I beat John's ass with my mini bike when he's racing his car.
Woo!
Yeah, we get a chance to do that. We'll do that.
Yes.
I smell Friday
going
night
down.
action there.
I want it to be Friday night. I
He's
would
going
love
down.
for it to be Friday night. If not, we could probably put John on it and put him in the kids class and they wouldn't even notice.
We can do that too. I'm not scared.
I love you, John.
Have to get rid of the gray hair.
And just
Just
shave it.
keep your helmet on at all times, Johnny.
Yeah.
True that. True that. Hey, Billy, we see you, but we don't hear you.
You don't hear me?
Now I do.
Now I do.
Okay.
We
You
did
didn't hear me?
before.
Okay. Well, what I said is that I have this black helmet with a black visor. You could wear it and they wouldn't even notice.
Oh,
You'd just be
perfect.
some. I love all the effort you put into putting on this race and doing all the cool matchups and the added money and stuff. So shout out to John for all that, and shout out to all the people who did put in that money. I don't know who, but John does, and if he wants to thank them, we'll do that later on. We're not going to do it now because we're not going to spend the time on.
That's a long list.
Yeah, it's a long list. So
A
give us
lot of
time.
great people. I just want to say thanks to them because couldn't do it without them, and they
Yeah,
continue to support. So that's great.
Yeah, and shout out to those people. Maybe we'll talk about them. Maybe they'll stay
Yeah.
anonymous. Who knows?
We probably have.
Yeah, maybe we have.
Hey, what about the car show?
Oh,
So, it's not going to be big because most of the cars that we're going to show are racing. So I got about 3 or 4 tub buggies, a couple of rails, depends on who shows up, plus the Larry Wagner car.
Billy,
I
did you
gotta
notice? Did you
Jim
notice how
Gorski's going to
included
show
the
his on
car show?
Friday.
hey,
Jim
you guys are
Gorski's going
talking.
to show his on Friday and race it on Saturday.
Who's showing it and racing on Saturday?
Jim Gorski is going to show his on Friday and race it on Saturday.
Cool. All right,
Nice.
Isaac, what'd you say while y'all were trying?
No,
to talk?
did you notice John excluded me out of the car show because it says automotive style 4 cylinders? You know what? That just made me angry. Now I want that Larry Wagner money even worse.
Yeah. I mean, I could have got away with some motorcycle things the more that I thought about it. That's one of the reasons we changed it. Larry did start with motorcycle stuff back in the early days and snowmobile shit.
It's all good,
Get it.
man. I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I knew you were. You and Billy. Fuck both of y'all.
I haven't
Oh,
stopped recording yet.
yeah.
Neither. I'm leaving this in. This is all funny.
Oh, crap. Fucking great.
Hey,
Yeah.
so
Larry Wagner race, Silverback Offroad Speedway. We'll have more on this next week. Isaac, did you have something else?
no, we're gonna do kind of what we've been doing as far as WSDN TV, and we'll shoot some stuff on our way up, and kind of some B-roll sort of stuff, and kind of try to get you guys, kind of some of the inside stuff and what happens. I mean, let's face it, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on that never
Actually,
makes
that's gonna be
it to the
excellent,
racetrack.
Isaac. That is going to be an excellent episode to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Seriously.
great episode for 3 reasons. Because you get 3 different perspectives. You get John, Isaac, and me and Cody's perspective coming up to Silverback.
All on the
Right.
same. Johnny, when are you going up? Thursday?
I'm going to head up Thursday after work.
Okay.
So I'll be up
All
there
right.
all day Friday for anybody that needs anything. So
We're gonna try to roll.
Go ahead.
We're gonna try to roll in somewhere around noon, 1 o'clock on Friday.
awesome.
Yeah, because we're gonna bring the travel trailer with us for the weekend as well. So,
Great. That's awesome.
yep.
That sounds dope. We'll be bringing a tent.
Right?
Hey, I love my tent. I ain't gonna lie. I love sleeping in my tent. It's very nice.
I'm gonna find
very
out,
humble.
Isaac. They put in a good stone pad all the way in the North Hill. And they've got where they park their RVs now when they're servicing them for takeouts.
Yeah.
That is a really nice spot if you wanted to try to get up in there.
Yeah.
I know where we're gonna go already, so I'll stick with that.
Because the parking is all, if you're not reserved, park parking is to the north. So if you're going tagging with somebody in a spot, that's good, but
Yeah.
Well, I'm staying at John's spot. That was my plan.
I will be watching parking, so
There
that's
you
one
go.
of my jobs, because we have a lot of spectators coming. I'm expecting a lot of people, and I'm not gonna flood the south pits until I flood the north.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's a
Get
good
what I mean?
call.
Otherwise, I've got nowhere to put spectators in, family, anything like that for, Larry's people and all that. There's gonna be a lot of people there.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Well, we're excited for this. And my dad's making the trip with us. And
Is he gonna do it?
I think so. I think Dad's going. And shout out to Brett Prenoyer and Silverback Offroad for lending a vehicle for us to use for him. I do appreciate that.
Nice.
Oh, we'll be getting there like 2 a.m. on Friday morning.
And I'll be watching where you park.
You're gonna be up watching where we park. You're gonna be asleep, and then you're gonna wake up with.
Where are you going? Do you want to camp down by us, or where do you think
That was my plan. Fool, you don't listen. I said I'm parking next to you when I get there.
You never said that.
I'll play this back.
Where are you parking, Johnny?
I'm parking
In my
next to
normal
John.
spot. I'm on the row along the road.
Okay.
Like,
Because you know where like McCord was for the pro truck race?
Yeah.
That's where I told Brett I was gonna go.
Okay. If you
It's right
talk to
down
Brett,
the
then we'll yeah. If you talk to Brett, then that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
This is good.
But
This is good
I don't
conversation.
want to. I just don't want everybody down there. I'm gonna need help policing that shit. So
Oh, we can, and if we're down there that early on Friday, we can
I'm
do
just
that.
afraid. The only precedent I'm afraid is if you guys set up down there, everybody and their brother's gonna do the same thing. That's
Well,
the
you
scary
just
part.
tell
No,
him that he called
We can
dibs.
make sure that people don't come down there then.
What's that?
I said, we'll make sure nobody comes down there then.
Okay. And I told him we'll put up some like yellow tape to kind of define it, so when people pull in, at least it throws a spark up.
Yep.
Well, you heard that there is reserved parking spots for certain racers already. And
On
if you
the-
don't have a
it-
reserved parking spot, John wants to fill up the North Hill before he
Yes.
starts filling up the South side. Is that
Yes.
correct? Yeah. So if you're watching this and you're going to Silverback, help him out.
Help us out. It will be awesome. Like I said, we'll fill up the north side first, and then the south side will go next if need be.
Yeah. Try to keep all the spectators on the south side because that seems to work best.
Yes. And the bleachers are there, and the
Absolutely.
concession bathrooms and so
Very excited about the fried Oreos. Not gonna lie.
those are pretty delicious.
I can't wait for those.
So are the fried pickles. Deep fried pickles.
Ooh, fried pickles?
Yes, deep fried
love fried
pickles, man.
pickles.
They are good.
All right. Well, then I'm hooked. All right. Silverback's got the best menu in the country. All right.
For sure.
All right, guys. We'll talk more about this race a little more.
Yeah, we'll hit
talk
up next
more
week
about
for
this race.
finals. And
Yeah, we did a whole bunch of other roundabout conversating, but that's okay. It's okay. But yeah, Silverback Off-Road Speedway, AppletreeAutomotive.com, Larry Wagner Memorial Race next weekend, and we'll talk more about it next not next episode, but the episode after that.
Hey everyone, this week's podcast sponsored by Racing in the Dirt. Located in Cleveland, Wisconsin, Racing in the Dirt is ready to put their over 30 years worth of off-road experience to work for you. From turnkey builds to rolling chassis to an awesome selection of parts, the Racing in the Dirt staff has got you covered. Brake kits, aluminum hub kits, enclosed chain drives and kits, dry shaft loops, and even DIY wheelie bar kits, all available. So let Scott, Shane, and the crew at Racing in the Dirt get you the competitive edge you need. Give them a call at area code 920-693-2000. That's area code 920-693-2000. Or find them on Facebook or even racinginthedirt.com. That's racinginthedirt.com and the UPS Daily.
All right, back with Caleb and Cody, and we're going to preview the quick preview of the Motor Racers Association race, North Florida Motorplex, August 2nd and 3rd, down in Fountain, Florida. And, you know, same old program on Friday night. They got the 2 rounds of Outlaw Pro Stock modified paddles and the Kelly Odell open cuts. And then Saturday, they run the Super Stock class. That's the only elimination class they run. And then they got the 2 rounds of Pro Stock, modified cuts, and the Dan Richter open paddles. And Dave Applegate will be at this race, giving you guys all that great coverage of these badass high horsepower vehicles. And they will be going 200 foot this time. When I got to Burwell, I didn't know it was 180 foot until I got there. So it's going to be really cool watching these guys, because they're duking it out for points right now. There's points championships on the line. They're battling for like world championships, basically. This is really awesome to see. And yeah, Friday start time will be 7 p.m. and Saturday will start at 6 p.m. Well, it says 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it will start 6 p.m. Florida time and 5 p.m. Florida time. 6 p.m. Central Time on Saturday is when it will start. Tech and registration will end 2 hours prior to race time. I skipped the CD there. Drivers meeting will be held 2 hours prior to race time. Combined ET and reaction time for open paddle drivers on Saturday night. So open paddles, you got to have the best reaction time and the quickest reaction time and the best ET combined. Whoever has that lowest number is going to get first place. And there's $250 per class for fastest combined ET. And there's electrical hookups available for $25 per day. So look at that. Plenty of money to go around at these events of the MRA. They got, you know, each class has a big purse. They pay out like 5 or 6 spots. I didn't know that until the Nebraska race. That was really cool. And yeah.
I think one of the coolest things is the facility that they're going to this time. This is kind of the one stop on the program for their tour that is a very different surface. North Florida Motorplex, this is a pure sand facility.
Yes.
So this is the closest we're going to see these machines running what a lot of people would call a traditional sand drag race. And it's going to be interesting just seeing how they adjust from the loamy dirt over to that kind of beach sand.
I can see the super stock class getting very exciting just because of that aspect. The sand, you know, some of those guys will have to make adjustments. I mean, they're going to run lower. They will have to run lower air pressure than they're used to get that hook. And I mean, it's typical for some top eliminator guys in our area and even Oklahoma to run like 6 pounds of air. And that's kind of unheard of and maybe in other places, but you know, people do it. And, yeah, they're just going to have to make adjustments for this sand. It's not their first time racing at this place. They went there last year. So,
yeah.
But sand is definitely a different animal than dirt, because that Burwell track was hooking, and they may not have that same hook going to Florida, but that Florida race is still very, very exciting because, as I said, there is money to be had and points are on the line. Championships are on the line as well. And, yeah. And shout out to Racing in the Dirt, because they will be there, as always, being very competitive. And Racing in the Dirt crew is actually heading to a race in Wisconsin, yes. Nabor Days, Wisconsin. And it's a 150-foot track. Some other known racers that usually go: Tyler and Joel Coolidge, Daniel Carraher, Keith Radel. I don't know how you say that. Excuse me. Sorry, Keith. Keith Radel, sorry, and Aaron Corbier. So yeah, those racers will be there. And
this is going down July 27th over in Cadott, Wisconsin. This is being put on by the Midwest Motorsports Association. You guys can check out. They're going to have all of their normal classes as well. Looking at some of the stuff on their Facebook page, there may be kind of more of a bog pit for this as well, in addition to the fast track stuff. And any information you guys want on this, you guys can contact Rick Sommerfield at area code 715-313-9999. 0428. Again, that's Rick Sommerfield, 715-313-0428.
Yeah, it looks like our Racing in the Dirt guys are going to go get some testing in before they head down to Florida, which is much needed because I hear they are possibly unveiling something badass at this Wisconsin race. And if so, they may take it down to Florida, which would be sweet. So shout out to Racing in the Dirt. We always love to see those guys do well because they support us very well and we support them very well. So yeah, but this Mud Racers Association race, North Florida Motorplex, Dave Applegate will be there, and we will talk more about this race in episode 34, which is a week from now. It will not be on Monday's episode. It'll be on next Thursday's episode. So yeah.
Hey folks, just me by myself to wrap up the show. And probably the biggest event going on this weekend was canceled. Speeders rained out. That's what it is. Mother Nature got to him again, and it's unfortunate because I know Dave's really bummed about it. I know James is really bummed about it because Shelton's was looking to have a great time, and so my heart goes out to them and all the racers who are looking forward to going to do that. And we are. I am upset by it because that was going to be a good race. A bunch of people were looking forward to going to Shelton's, have a great time, but Mother Nature just gets in the way, and it is what it is. So they'll be back to doing it better next time. But yeah, Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series this weekend is canceled for Shelton's Dirt Drags. That is very unfortunate, and looking forward for their next race coming up. Speeders' next race will be August 22nd, 24th, Greens Raceway, presented by Fowler Racing in Disputanta, Virginia. So if you got plans for the next Speeders race, Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, that's the place to be. All right. Finish up the show here. Thunder Valley Sand Drags holding a truck show and shine and drags this weekend, presented by 816 Custom Lighting. Shout out to Boom Graphics for all they do as well. And this thing's going to be awesome. And I'll be there. My home track. It's going to be a great race. We're going to do show shine to start the day. Then we'll start the class racing around 6 o'clock or so Central Time. And then we'll actually have open track going on during the day as well, during the show and shine. Classes we got for show and shine, top 20, best Ford, best Dodge, best GM, best side-by-side. I forgot to mention side-by-sides are a part of this race. So bring your side-by-side out. Best of show as well. And then for the drag racing classes, we have a heads-up gas powered class, a heads-up diesel class, a side-by-side class, which will be bracket racing, and then we have a trucks open bracket class as well, where trucks and side-by-sides will actually race against each other. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend, and we'll have more from that come next episode.